Hey there. We often think two incomes mean double the safety, but what if I told you it might actually be a trap? Let's look at the hidden reality. Over the last 50 years, while household incomes climbed, the cost of basic necessities skyrocketed even faster, leaving many families feeling like they are running in place. When your entire lifestyle depends on two paychecks, your financial stability is as fragile as a house of cards. If one income disappears, the whole structure can come crashing down. I'm Chris Harper. My job is to help you see through the noise and debunk the myths that keep people stressed. Today, we're putting the two-income model to the test. To understand the trap, we need to calculate the true value of that second paycheck. It is not always what it looks like on paper. Let's dive into the numbers. Before we break it down, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more people who want to take control of their financial future. Thanks for joining. Everywhere you look, the media celebrates the dual-income dream as the ultimate symbol of success and security. But headlines don't always tell the full story of the struggle. Take a typical family in the top 25% of U.S. households earning about $133,000 a year. On paper, they look like they have made it. But if they are making so much, why are they still living paycheck to paycheck? Why does a single missed day of work feel like a total financial catastrophe? The reality is that when you build a life on two incomes, you lose your margin for error. One crack in the foundation, and the whole thing can fall. It is time to weigh the perceived security of that second job against the actual math. Often, what feels like a gain is actually a hidden drain on your resources. Let's peel back the curtain and look at the numbers most people choose to ignore. We are going to run a line-by-line audit of that second income right now. We will start by zooming in on the hidden costs: taxes, childcare, and the daily commute. These expenses eat away at your earnings before you even see a dime. Ready? Let's build this table together. We are going to find out exactly how much of that second paycheck actually makes it into your bank account at the end. We start with a base salary of $50,000. It sounds like a lot, but watch how quickly it starts to shrink as we apply the real-world costs. First, Uncle Sam takes his cut. Since this is a second income, it is often taxed at your highest marginal rate, slicing a huge chunk right off the top. Next comes the biggest hurdle for most parents: childcare. Dropping the kids off at daycare can easily swallow another massive portion of those remaining earnings. Then we add the hidden costs: gas for the commute, professional clothes, and those quick lunches out. Together, they are a silent budget killer. Watch as that original $50,000 continues to vanish. It is a fast, downward spiral that leaves almost nothing behind. Are you seeing the pattern yet? Take a deep breath. Are you ready to see what is actually left after we finish the math? The final number might just shock you. $2,000. That is it. After a whole year of work, all that is left is a tiny fraction of what you thought you were bringing home. Think about that trade-off. 40 hours every single week, year-round, just to net a couple $1,000s. The return on your time is almost zero. I am not saying this to be harsh or point fingers. I just want you to see the cold, hard reality that the brochures never mention. When you weigh the massive stress and exhaustion against that tiny financial gain, the trap becomes clear. You are trading your life for pennies. So, if the math is this bad, why do we keep doing it? Let us look at the psychological forces that keep us running on this treadmill. We often look at our neighbors and feel the need to keep up. Our brains are wired for social comparison, even when it does not make financial sense. Between deadlines and chores, you are likely too exhausted to even look at the numbers. The buzziness itself acts as a shield, hiding the truth from you. Social media does not help either. We see everyone else's highlight reels and assume they have figured it out, while we are secretly drowning. It is not your fault. You have been told this is the only way to get ahead. But the real numbers are rarely shared in public. Now, let us flip the script. There is a better way. I call it the One Income Foundation strategy, and it changes everything. Step 1, build your foundation. Ensure your primary income covers the basics, rent, groceries, and utilities. This creates a safety net that doesn't depend on that second paycheck. Step 2, get honest with the math. Recalculate the true net value of that second income after taxes, childcare, and commuting. Know exactly what's actually hitting your bank account. Step 3, redirect the surplus. Instead of letting that second income disappear into lifestyle inflation, point it toward wealth-building assets and long-term investments that work for you. Step 4, attack the debt. Use those redirected funds to aggressively pay off credit cards or loans. Every dollar paid back is a step toward total financial freedom. Step 5, build your buffer. Aim for a 6-month emergency fund. This shield protects your family from the unexpected, turning a potential crisis into a minor speed bump. It's all about intentionality. We aren't saying you have to quit your job tomorrow, but you should decide exactly where every single dollar goes to serve your family's future. Look at person A. They earn a lot, but every cent is tied up in high-cost living. One missed paycheck and their whole world starts to crack under the pressure. Now look at person B. They have the same income, but they've built a fortress. Their investments are growing, and they sleep soundly, knowing they are truly secure. The difference isn't the amount earned, it's the strategy used. One is a house of cards, waiting for a breeze, while the other is a solid, enduring foundation. The trap isn't having two incomes, it's the lack of auditing. When you don't know the real cost of working, you can't make the best choices for your life. Of course, if you work remotely or have a very high salary, your math will look different. The key is to run your own numbers and find your truth. Remember the pillars: foundation, audit, redirect, and buffer. These 4 steps move you from financial fragility to a life of true options and lasting peace of mind. Have you ever sat down and calculated the real value of your second paycheck? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Take care of that foundation first, and the rest will follow. I'll see you in the next video as we keep debunking the myths together.